Hi there, this is Troy from Traversed, and I'm here with Circuit Breakers 3.0. As you can already tell, we have 4 new characters here on the character select screen. I'm going to play with Piper, and I'll show you what's interesting about Piper's weapon here in a sec. The first thing I'm going to do is get some turrets down on the ground. I prefer 2 okay turrets to 1 really strong turret, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that up and skip the rest of the build phase. Piper's weapon is interesting because you get to control the bullets after you shoot them. So once you fire them, you can then sort of steer them around with either the stick or the buttons. Almost like a shotgun that you can control after you shoot it. It ends up being a pretty cool weapon and useful in a lot of situations. Sometimes enemies are able to kind of sneak in behind Piper's defenses, which is where her weak point sort of is, but for the most part, Piper's pretty useful in a lot of situations. In Wavebuster here, we can upgrade our walls and our turrets using the energy we collect. So I make a point to, at the end of a wave, go around and grab all the energy. You can see my cache up there at the top. I'm going to go ahead and repair these walls. And then I'm going to put some more down because we want all sides to be covered pretty well. And then I'll go ahead and make upgrades to the turrets. Now here on this second wave, you'll start to notice that the enemies will pick up a little. In Wavebuster, every wave there's going to be more enemies and there's going to be different kinds of enemies. You'll have to sort of be building up your defenses constantly in order to make sure that the core is well protected. Now luckily I do a pretty good job in this demonstration, so you never really see the core get damaged. The core will fade from the green color it is to a sort of brownish color before fading into a red, and that's when you know that the core is about to die, so you gotta pick up your game a little. So new in Circuit Breakers 3.0 is we've added 3 new power-ups, and each of the power-ups is a little different, and all 3 of them are pretty darn useful. Before I show you those, which I think I get here in the next wave, I'm going to go ahead and build up my defenses a little more. You'll see the jetpack guys this wave, and they're particularly brutal in Wavebuster because they'll just follow you around and shoot at you no matter where you are on the map, and I've always found them difficult to hit. Luckily with Piper, it's not too bad. So I just got the magnet power-up. Magnet power-up is very similar to the pool core, if you've ever turned it on. Basically, energy will go ahead and be attracted to you at a even further radius, which is super helpful when crystals are equivalent to cash in this mode. Also, right after I got that, I got the sort of clear, I think we call it the collateral power-up, where it will just destroy about half the enemies on screen. So really right here on the 4th wave is when it's going to start picking up, so I'm going to double down on my turrets, have 1 on each side to make sure that we're fully covered, then I'll go ahead and fortify. It's a good idea to have a turret behind a wall in case the turret breaks or the wall breaks down. You'll have a little bit of time to fix everything up before your turret actually takes any damage. You'll also notice there are now these enemies that are about twice as large as their counterparts, and these big guys will do even more damage to the core. Like if, one enemy does 1 damage to the core, a big guy will do about 10. They also have more health, but they drop more crystals, so if you ever see one on the screen, typically, that's the one you want to target first. Here on the right side, my defenses are already sort of falling apart, so I'm going to go ahead and get things fixed up in time for this 5th wave. The third power-up that I haven't seen yet is the Apex power-up. And what's nice about the Apex power-up is it will just put me at level 3 with full energy, making it super easy to just completely dominate in Wavebuster. The other cool thing about power-ups is that they're not exclusive to Wavebuster, so they'll be appearing in arcade mode. I don't think they appear in score attack, but they make arcade mode a bit more interesting and a lot more fun, and maybe even a little bit easier. Okay, so there I just grabbed the Apex power-up, and you can see it boosted me straight to level 3, allowing me to sort of clean up these enemies that are right on my doorstep. The good thing is that when you have all of your crystals are still attracted to you. So never stop grabbing crystals so that you can just keep upgrading your stuff. And now we're getting ready for the final wave. And I go ahead and I decide to build a couple more turrets, but really I think we're in a good spot. My turrets here are pretty evenly spaced, so not worrying about any possible breaks in the defense. For a nice touch, we changed the music on the last wave to make, oh, hey, I'm in the last wave, I'm ready to go. Enemy bullets can be particularly brutal because there's not a whole lot you can do about them, and they will hurt your walls and they'll hurt your turrets as well. So during the 3rd wave, when it's not as important to pick up crystals, I find it's often a good strategy to just go around shielding, which will pick up a lot of those enemy bullets and make sure that they're not getting into your defense. Luckily, those bullets can't hurt the crates, so you're good there. And with that ends Wavebuster. I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.